Hello, welcome or welcome back to Spiritual Maintenance. I am your spiritual advocate, Mystic Mary. So, this video is on manifesting abundance. And I feel a way because I had done an earlier channeling on this topic. And I ended up deleting the video because it was just so confusing for me. It didn't make any sense. And so I just dismissed it. But as we know, when working with spirit and we do things like that, there are repercussions. So I kind of got knocked on my bottom energetically, which is why I had put a pause on my energy work videos for a little bit so that I could find my center again, get right with spirit one more time. Again, not one more time. It's a constant. We all go through it where we have our doubts and things like that, and we're just not quite sure, and find our level of trust again. Yeah. Okay. So basically, this is on money. And what the other video was talking about was when we hold on to our money, inflation happens. But when we let it flow, deflation happens. And it just, the more it went on, it was like saying the more everybody just lets it flow, the more that deflation takes place until it gets to a point of, as I heard, the middleman and the handlers no longer have control. And that's where I was kind of like, I don't know. It just seemed very conspiracy theory, but I'm sharing that because that's what came up and I was supposed to share it for whatever reason. So whoever understands that, that's for you. And it's meant to get to you. As as I sat with spirit and asked on this subject, like, can I have more information? Like, what is this about? It's basically about knowing what it is exactly you want to manifest. And I was seeing thoughts and projections for manifestation of people like wanting to manifest the lottery. Some people wanting others to manifest that one wealthy person that's going to suddenly give them $1 million for no reason at all. And like that is what people have been manifesting. And spirit is wanting this message to go out so that it shifts from where the money is coming from to what do you truly want? What does that look like? And so kind of seeing what super wealthy looks like and what mid looks like. And so the super wealthy, what I was getting with that is that the super wealthy, it's constant money flow. And it brought me to the French term noblesse oblige, which is the nobility's obligation, that when you have so much money, it is your obligation to give to those below you. And that's not like handing out sums of money. What it is it's giving those below you opportunities to make money. And then another part popped up where it was like when someone's just like, oh, it's just $1 million, for someone super wealthy. The spirit was like, well, that's a whole hotel for that person. And once that hotel is gone, those employees now no longer have a job. That the income that was coming from that hotel is now not there anymore. So then the worth of that person has gone down money wise, not as a person, but the monetary wealth goes down because now there's a section that's not making money. Of course, that can be built back up and then repurchased but that's a whole other thing. Basically, I think what Spirit is saying that it's not just $1 million. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that people don't recognize. Oh, and it said bonuses too. So there's bonuses that goes to people, which then the bonuses become less because more often than not, the bonuses, and I'm talking about like healthy, wealthy people who give out appropriately. The bonuses are less because, well, that income was messed with. Okay. And then I got, if you want to work for someone like this, it was basically stop the sob story. And when you're in the interview, you interview them back. Because what you're doing is you're showing that, hey, yes, you're interviewing me, making sure I work for you, but do I want to work with you? And it shows this mutual respect, and that sends a message to the employer that this person has confidence and that they're competent enough to be in a position that they can work with others, that they can be trusted in what they're doing, and that this person truly wants this position because that's why they're being interviewed. And so they're going to know their stuff. They're going to show up, they're going to show out. And that's the kind of person you want. And I also heard, if you showed up to your own interview to work for yourself, would you hire you? And if there's any part of you that's like, I don't like this part about me, well, now you know what to work on. And then it was talking about understanding the worth of monetary worth, of how like once everything is sold, that is how much everything is. It doesn't mean that that person has this much in their account. It just means that everything they own is this much. So it was another visual of showing that their money isn't held somewhere. It's constantly flowing through their assets. And that is what that's what keeps the wealth, is the constant flow through. And that savings are for upgrades and for when stuff hits the fan. I'm just hearing that like money set aside, like trusts and stuff like that for family members, that is also working behind the scenes through wherever it's put. And no, I don't have anybody that is this wealthy in my family. I'm literally just getting this stuff. This is why it's confusing to me. So if you understand finances and what that means, by all means, share. But again, I'm sharing this because I was guided to. I'm still kind of, okay. Anyways, my ego doesn't matter. Okay, and so that is why it was brought up. This extensive wealth is brought up because there's a difference in lifestyles. So those for extroverts and those for introverts. So if you are a very extroverted person, this may be what you truly want to manifest. This type of money flow of having those work below you because you're a people person. You can lead with respect and dignity for those below you. You're fair, those kind of things, and you're comfortable doing that. This might be something that you want to manifest. And then those who are introverted, who are like, whoa, that's a whole lot of stuff going on. That sounds like way more work than it's worth. Well, then you're going to want to manifest something else, like a small business that pays just enough for your little cottage out in the middle of nowhere. And so that is what this video is about. Okay, it's all making sense. Okay, so this figure out what you want, how you want your abundance to look, and then sit yourself in that spot. So, whether that's closing your eyes, going to sleep, thinking about yourself in your little cottage all on your own, with your woodworking shop off on the side, or your, whatever it is that you're doing for your abundance. Or do you really want to see yourself in a suit, just leading, providing for so many, many, many people, and knowing that because of you, these people have jobs, these people have a purpose. So what do you want? Okay. So again, it's not where the money's coming from. Spirit made that very clear. I just heard that's none of your business where the money comes from. Figure out what you want, visualize that, and watch it as it unfolds for you. Okay. And then it says, you are your business, you're the mascot. So how you communicate matters, because as the way you present yourself is what people see. And if you are abrasive, so not assertive, but abrasive, rude, condescending, people are not going to want to work for you. And I think that goes without saying. I don't know why I'm pausing here for a second. One moment. Okay. Something from scripture came up, and that is when you're acting that way, you're not having spirit, the abundance of spirit. You're not living in the abundance of spirit because you're cutting down someone else's abundance. And so when you don't have it, what you do have will be taken away, and then vice versa. When you do have it, you will be given more. That verse came up for some reason. Okay, so it's basically like the way that you interact with others is how others will interact with you, and that flow of energy. So, okay, that's what it is. It's the flow of energy between yourselves, that communication will match the flow of abundance. Okay. I hope I'm communicating clearly for you guys. I'm so sorry. Like I said, it feels a little over my head, but it's beginning to make more sense to me. So I hope it's coming out okay. Overcome masks. Okay, so the whole fake it till you make it. Apparently, Spirit's like, you don't have to. You just need to be yourself. So show up. I was going to say the way you want, but Spirit says show up the way you feel. But what if you're feeling like nervous and stuff? Okay. So that's okay, because then it shows the person that you're authentic, that you're real. So if you're nervous, they're going to be like, okay, this person is genuine, because I would be nervous too if I was interviewing. Okay, so don't worry. Just show up as yourself. Be 100% authentic. Don't pretend to be anyone you're not, because then you're going to be constantly working towards whatever it was that you presented to try to prove that you're not a liar, though you're not a liar. You were just, trying to present a confident self. But Spirit's saying you don't have to. Just be authentic. And then if you are starting your own business and that kind of thing, again, showing up when you're networking, just showing up as yourself, because Spirit says they're buying from you for a reason. So you may have a product that is just like everyone else's, and you're like, oh, You know, how can I make mine better? And Spirit said it's not about making yours better. It's about showing who you truly are through your work and through your communication. Because if you're easy to work with and you have good quality stuff, um, that's what makes you, I heard unbelievable. Okay. Yeah. And what I just said, that the next thing was authenticity and truth ensures your success. So if you always show up as yourself, it is what it is. Okay. Okay. So on manifesting as well, uh, visualize giving your employees bonuses. Um, Visualize that connection, how you're going to show up for them, the type of employees you would love to work with. Visualize those kind of things, and that attracts employees that you love to work with. Now, when you are visualizing just giving away your money, like, okay, I have all this money that I just got from, the lottery or this, that, and whatever. And in order to attract it to me, I'm going to visualize myself giving it. Spirit says that what that does is it just attracts more people for you to give to. So you will end up penniless in the end. So giving with a purpose is what I just heard. So that, again, the bonuses, the giving for those worth, giving giving for those employees worth. So if they're doing a good job, give them a little extra. Like show them, hey, I see you. Thank you for what you're doing for my company. Here's a little extra, that kind of thing. And those again are those for who want like the big companies, as I call it, the scary companies. Because that's not me. I'm the cottage on the side. Okay. Okay. And then this was where I felt it was a little conspiracy, but I wasn't 100% sure, because we are working our way to the new world that is going to unfold once everybody has um, found their center, has done the shadow work, done the healing work, has leveled up. It's going to We are all co-creating this new world that is going to be absolutely beautiful. And basically it's saying that payment will be through essentials and products and whatnot. So essentially a bartering system is what kind of goes into that area. So that abundance is still flowing, but through product. And obviously, you're not going to take product and then um, store it away. I mean, you can, but I mean, you get more by making those exchanges. Oh, and then the other part, again, for the big companies, recognizing that wealth isn't just all coming to you to hang on to. Like it has to be flowing, because those with those big giant companies, I heard money goes to security systems, price increase for safe spaces. So I think that means like, you know if they have people, oh, I just heard ransoming their loved ones. That's horrible. So they pay higher prices for safe areas. Um, Managers, uh, trusted caregivers in their home, and then again, their children are more expensive because of the safety needed as well. So spirit wants that to be on people's minds as well, of like, what do you want? Do you want to deal with this? Do you not? Just be aware that um, whatever you're manifesting doesn't it's not about the money, is what I just heard. It's not about the money. You are manifesting your abundant lifestyle. Let go of needing money, because it just keeps flowing. And the more you keep going to where you need to, again, it's just going to keep flowing, and keep it flowing in areas that give back is what I just heard. Areas where it gives back. So whatever that means for you, listen to your intuition, you'll know. I just heard you will know. So it's not something I can tell you like, oh, you need to do this, this, and this. No, it's like we each have our own way forward, and it will unfold as we follow it, as we take those risks, those scary risks of like, okay, this is a gamble. Here we go. It's in those moments where we're trusting spirit. We're not gambling because, we're just like, I want $1 million. It's gambling as in, I'm feeling that nudge from spirit. This is truly what I want to do. This is scary, but I'm trusting in spirit. Here we go. That is what is going to push you forward. And it ends with, you decide what success looks like for you. So sitting, visualizing, asking constantly for spirit's guidance. One thing I love doing is when I'm not sure about something, I tune in. And if it's a yes, my body leans forward. And if it's a no, my body leans back. And so if I'm not sure about a risk that I'm thinking about making, I just tune in. And if I feel myself tipping forward, I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, this is in alignment. I can go. And then again, if it's back. And the way I started practicing this was actually with groceries. I would go to my refrigerator, the store, or whatever, and I'm like, does my body need this? And it would tip forward or it would tip back. And it was actually very curious and interesting, the types of things that my body was going forward and back to. And I felt amazing with those choices, as random as they were. Like there was cake for one of them, which I thought was interesting. And then there was different types of fruits or vegetables that I'm like, ooh, that looks good. And my body went back, and I thought that was interesting. And then I found out later that there was a recall on something. And so it just absolutely blew my mind. So there's so many things like that blow my mind. And that's why I trust spirit and trust that it's our inner compass. Okay, so see yourself living the life you want to live and let go of, I heard, believing you need the money. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else, and it just kind of went quiet. So, all right. I hope that this helped and resonated with somebody out there. Um, if not, they're probably already gone, so that's okay. Um, and yeah, we'll see what spirit has me upload next time. Anyhow, you all have an absolutely wonderful day, and thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate it so much, and I wish you the best day ever. Bye.